Hey y'all, Stacy here. It's time for a warmer watch finally. It's been so long since I've done one of these with you guys. This is Clover Me Irish. It's going to be the February warmer of the month. If you're new to my channel, my name is Stacy. I do use mostly 25 watt and up Scentsy warmers. I am a Scentsy consultant, and warmer watch is just the process that I take all new warmers to me personally through to make sure I'm satisfied with them within the 30-day satisfaction guarantee that Scentsy offers. So what I am looking for in a warmer may not be what you're looking for in a warmer, and there's also no guarantee that this warmer will perform the way that a warmer that you should bring home if you decide to purchase one as well. Now, I do always like to check the paint just to look for any little defects, and this looks beautiful to me. I love how deep the well here is to hold the wax, and I also really appreciate that we have this little notch out so that the cord will not cause a bump, and we have the traditional indicator light for an element warmer. Because this is an element warmer, when we turn on this toggle switch, there's not going to be any light other than the indicator light to come on to let us know that the heating element is on. So that's an important feature, and I always like to check that out to make sure that that is working and working well. So far, so good. Now let's get to warming to see how this little guy does. I did get the heart-shaped warmer that was similar in design last year, and I really love that one. So it's kind of the inspo for why I grabbed this one. This is Luck of the Rainbow, and this is going to be the scent of the month. I have already melted this because I got the January whiff box. It's beautiful to me, so I know it's already a crowd favorite in my household. We love lemon scents, and this on cold sniff to me was like a lemon pez sort of scent, but on warm it was creamy and beautiful, and I do think the lemon does lean a little more towards what Squeeze the Day is, but it's not, to my nose at least, cleanery, and it's a good medium throw. It's not astringent or overpowering, so I'm really pleased with it. It does have that kind of, it's got a nice balance of sweetness, so everybody in my house was really enjoying it. I'm going to place this single cube of wax here and then set the camera to time lapse, and I will rejoin you in voiceover as we watch this cube of wax melt. And just like that, I am back. Now, you can see I've popped a little timer down here in the lower left hand of your screen. This is just so that you can see, as we are in time-lapse mode, the actual time that has elapsed. I don't particularly care how long it takes for a cube of wax to melt, but typically the process takes up to 30 minutes, and nobody has time to hang around and actually stare at the wax cube for 30 minutes. So what I do is I set my camera to watch the wax melt, and I get about my business. Now, I will come back as soon as I am confident that the wax cube is fully melted, and I will test the temperature of the wax pool just to get an understanding of how warm the wax is. And I know everybody has a different preference for that, but for me, I really don't want my wax pool to be very, very hot. Of course, I also don't want it to be too cool. And for me, that range is typically anywhere from 135 all the way up to 190. I don't really want anything that's any lower than that or any higher than that, although I'm sure I could probably make some exceptions. The other thing that I do like to do is then take a look and see like how hot the external components of the warmer are. In my home, we have pets and people, and I don't want to have those pets and people come into contact with something that is way too hot. Now, one other thing that I think it's not universally true, I know everybody does not mind when there are little corners and edges left in the wax pool that don't melt. I also know that it doesn't make a single bit of difference in fragrance throw, and I've had that proven to me time and time again. However, it bugs me when a warmer doesn't warm completely the wax pool. So that's something else that I'm looking for, and you'll notice that I will let this particular warmer go for a little bit longer just to make sure that it completely melts. And it does completely melt, just spoiler alert, but you can see how if you look at the outside edge of this wax pool right now, I know there's still a chunk of it in the middle, but you can see how it looks maybe a little bit cloudy, but what that is just unmelted wax on the edges of the wax pool, and I like it when it's clear, corner to corner, edge to edge, and that's just a preference of mine. So you'll probably hear me talking about it, and I can tell you it makes not one little lick of difference in the fragrance. And this particular fragrance is gorgeous. It's throwing beautifully, and I was really amazed because I did only have this single cube of wax going in this space. And you'll notice I'm going to let this go for several minutes after that largest little chunk of wax melts there in the center. It's kind of dissipating very quickly, but those outside edges are going to take some extra time to melt. And I probably could have stopped it and said, "Oh, this was a really fast melt," but because I like to make sure that edge to edge, corner to corner is melted, I keep it going for just a few more minutes. And what I can say is I was shocked when you see the temperature of this particular melt. I was really surprised. I knew it was performing well, but I really expected it to be somewhere around the 130, 140 range, just based on my kind of feeling the external components of the warmer. And I stepped away because I was like, I wanted to see these last little bits. And then I came back and was like, wow. So I will be rejoining you live because we are almost to that time. And you can see this does come in under the 30 minutes. This warmer shapes up to be everything that I was hoping for it. With this style of warmer, much like the little heart warmer from last year, I was hoping for it to be just an additional warmer that I can put out to provide that seasonal decor. So it's like an extra layer because it's the type of seasonal warmer that I will only keep out for about a month. Like, this would be out in March and then put away. So it's small enough to just be an additional warmer to go with the other warmers that I have out. All right, y'all, I am back. It looks like this wax warmed in just under 20 minutes. And I'm going to test this wax pool's temperature and see. It looks like my hold spot was right at 173, and my average of the areas that I temperature checked are 183, which that's exciting. I am thrilled with that temperature. It is up there on the higher end, so I am just going to check the temperature of the actual like external components here, and it's not seeming too warm. It's a little warm, but in my opinion, it's not too hot, and I'm thrilled with that. I also really love that the wax is deep into this warmer dish, so I feel like because of its squat size, it's not super likely in my home to get tipped over. Should never do what I'm doing here. I just wanted to check the bottom and make sure it's also not too hot. If you enjoyed this, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments, are you going to be picking up this warmer, and have you tried the Luck of the Rainbow Wax Bar yet? I cannot wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.